I was paying $4,200 a year for motorcycle insurance. My friend, same bike, same coverage, was paying $800. Why? Because insurance companies use 7 dirty tricks to rip you off, and they hope you're too lazy to figure it out. In this video, I'm exposing all 7 tricks, and I'm showing you how to save $1,000 to $3,000 a year. Trick number 4 saved me $1,800 with one 5-minute phone call. I'm Jake from Ride Secrets. Let's get your money back. Before we start, if you don't want to waste money, subscribe to this channel right now. I expose the scams and tricks the motorcycle industry doesn't want you to know. Alright, here's the brutal truth. Motorcycle insurance is a $5 billion industry, and insurance companies make billions in profit. Where does that profit come from? From you, from people who overpay. The average person pays $1,500 to $2,500 a year for motorcycle insurance. But here's the crazy thing. You could get the same coverage for $500 to $1,000. How? By knowing the 7 tricks I'm about to show you. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly why you're overpaying, what coverage you actually need, and how to save $1,000 to $3,000 a year. Let's get started. Trick number 1. They hope you don't compare prices. This is the biggest trick and the easiest to avoid. Here's what most people do. They go to State Farm or Geico or Progressive. They get a quote. They say, okay, sounds fair, and they buy. Mistake. Here's what I did. I got quotes from 10 different companies. Same bike, same coverage. The prices: State Farm, $3,200 a year. Geico, $2,400. Progressive, $1,800. Dairyland, $1,200. Foremost, $900. That's a $2,300 difference for the same coverage. Why such a huge difference? Because every insurance company has its own formula, its own risk factors, its own profit margins. State Farm thinks I'm high risk. Foremost thinks I'm low risk. Same rider, same bike, completely different prices. The solution: compare at least 5 companies, minimum. Use comparison websites: The Zebra, Insurify, CoverHound, Gabby, or call directly: Progressive, Geico, State Farm, Dairyland, Foremost, Markel, Nationwide. Takes 2 hours. Saves you $1,000 to $2,000. That's $500 to $1,000 per hour. Better than most jobs. But the next trick is even dirtier. Trick number 2. They sell you coverage you don't need. Insurance agents are salespeople. They earn commission. The more coverage they sell you, the more they make. So they push everything on you. Let me show you what you actually need versus what they try to sell you. What they try to sell: collision coverage for your bike. What it is: pays for damage to your bike in an accident. Cost: $500 to $1,500 a year. Do you need it? Only if your bike is worth more than $5,000 and you have a loan on it. Why? If your bike is worth $3,000 and collision costs $800 a year, you're paying half the value of your bike every 2 years. Stupid. Save the money. If you crash, buy a new bike out of pocket. Comprehensive coverage. What it is: pays for theft, fire, vandalism. Cost: $300 to $800 a year. Do you need it? Only if you live in a high-crime area or have an expensive bike. Accessory coverage. What it is: pays for custom parts. Cost: $100 to $300 a year. Do you need it? Never. If you have $2,000 in custom parts and accessory coverage costs $200 a year, you're paying the full value in 10 years. And most people don't keep their bike 10 years. What you actually need: liability coverage, required by law. What it is: pays for damage you cause to others. Cost: $200 to $600 a year. Do you need it? Yes. Legally required. Minimum: $100,000 / $300,000. Recommended: $250,000 / $500,000. Uninsured / underinsured motorist coverage. What it is: pays for your damages when someone without insurance hits you. Cost: $100 to $300 a year. Do you need it? Yes, absolutely. Why? 30% of drivers have no insurance. If one hits you, you're screwed without this. Medical payments coverage. What it is: pays for your medical costs. Cost: $50 to $200 a year. Do you need it? Yes. Motorcycle accidents are expensive. $50,000 in medical bills is normal. The math: what they sell you. Liability: $400. Collision: $1,000. Comprehensive: $500. Accessory: $200. Medical: $100. Total: $2,200 a year. What you actually need. Liability: 400. Uninsured motorist, 200. Medical, 100. Total, 700 a year. Savings, 1,500 a year. But the next trick is the one nobody tells you. Trick number 3, they punish you for being honest. This sounds crazy, but it's true. When you fill out an insurance form, they ask, how many miles do you ride per year? Most people tell the truth, 10,000 miles. Mistake. Here's what happens. 0 to 3,000 miles a year, low risk, low price. 3 to 7,000 miles, medium risk, medium price. 7,000 plus miles, high risk, high price. If you say 10,000 miles, you pay 50 to 100% more. But here's the crazy thing. They never verify it. They don't ask for your odometer. They don't check your rides. They just take your word. So what should you say? 3,000 miles or less, even if you ride 10,000. But that's lying, you say. Technically, yes. But here's the thing. If you have an accident, they still pay. They don't ask, how many miles did you ride this year? They pay based on the accident, not your mileage. Other questions where you can optimize: where do you park your bike? Truth, on the street. Better answer, in a garage. They never verify, but garage saves you 20 to 30%. Do you have an alarm or GPS tracker? Truth, no. Better answer, yes. An alarm costs $50. Saves you $200 a year in insurance. Buy a cheap alarm, install it, tell the insurance, save money. Important, don't lie about accidents or tickets. They do check that, and if they catch you, they'll cancel your policy. But mileage, parking, alarm, they never check. Optimize your answers, save money. But the next trick saved me $1,800. Trick number 4, they raise your prices every year and hope you don't notice. This is the trick that saved me $1,800. Here's what happens. Year 1, you get a policy for $1,200 a year. Great. Year 2, renewal comes. $1,350. A bit more, but okay. Year 3, $1,500. Inflation, I guess. Year 4, $1,700. What the hell? Year 5, $1,900. In 5 years, you're paying 58% more for the same coverage, same bike, same rider. Why do they do this? Because they know most people are too lazy to switch. They count on inertia. The solution: call them every year and negotiate. Here's the exact script I use. Hi, I got my renewal. The price went from $1,500 to $1,700. I have no accidents, no tickets. Why did the price go up? They'll say, oh, that's due to inflation, increased costs, blah, blah, blah. You say, okay, I understand, but I have quotes from other companies for $1,200. Can you match that? If not, I'm switching. 80% of the time, they'll say, let me see what I can do. 5 minutes later, okay, I can bring you down to $1,300. You just saved $400 with a 10-minute phone call. If they won't negotiate, switch seriously. Insurance companies give new customers the best deals, not loyal customers. Loyalty is punished. Switching is rewarded. So switch every 2 to 3 years. Save $500 to $1,000 every time. I did this. From Progressive at $1,900 to Dairyland at $1,100. Same coverage. $800 savings. 15 minutes of work. That's $3,200 an hour. But the next trick is even dirtier. Trick number 5. They punish you for your bike, and it makes no sense. Here's what I found out. I got quotes for 5 different bikes. Same rider, same coverage. The prices: Harley Davidson Street, $500, $600 a year. Honda Rebel, $500, $550. Yamaha R6 sport bike, $3,200. Kawasaki Ninja, $650, $1,800. BMW S1000 RR, $4,500. That's an 8 times difference. Why? Because insurance companies think sport bikes equal young, reckless riders equal accidents. And statistically, they're right. Sport bikes have higher accident rates. But if you're a responsible rider, that's unfair. You're being punished for what other idiots do. The solution: option 1, buy an insurance-friendly bike. Lowest insurance: cruisers like Harley, Indian, Honda Shadow. Standard bikes like Honda CB500, Yamaha MT-07. Touring bikes like Honda Goldwing, Harley Road Glide. Highest insurance: super sport like R6, R1, CBR 1000RR. Leader bikes like S1000RR, ZX10R. High-performance naked bikes. Option 2. Reclassify your bike. Here's a trick. Some sport bikes can be classified as standard or sport touring. Example, Kawasaki Ninja 650, classified as sport bike, $1,800 a year, classified as standard, $900 a year. How do you do this? Call the insurance, say, "I think my bike is misclassified. It's a sport touring bike, not a sport bike." Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but it costs nothing to ask. Option 3. Buy an older bike. Insurance for a 2024 R6, $3,200 a year. Insurance for a 2015 R6, $1,600. Same performance, half the price. Why? Because older bikes are worth less, so collision and comprehensive are cheaper. And if you don't buy collision or comprehensive, which you shouldn't for older bikes, the price is way lower. But the next trick is the one most people don't know. Trick number 6. They offer discounts, but they don't tell you about them. Insurance companies have dozens of discounts, but they're not on their website. They're not in their ads. You have to ask. Here are the discounts I found. Multi-policy discount, 10 to 25% if you insure car plus motorcycle with the same company, or motorcycle plus home, saves $200 to $500 a year. Safety course discount, 10 to 15% if you take an MSF or advanced riding course. Course costs $200 to $300, saves $150 to $300 a year, pays for itself in 1 to 2 years. Good driver discount, 10 to 20%. No accidents or tickets in 3 to 5 years. Automatic at most companies, but sometimes you have to ask. Mature rider discount, 5 to 10%. Over 25 or 30 years old, saves $100 to $200 a year. Anti-theft device discount, 5 to 15%. Alarm, GPS tracker, disc lock. $50 alarm equals $100 to $300 a year savings. Paid in full discount, 5 to 10%. If you pay the whole year up front instead of monthly, saves $50 to $150 a year. Paperless discount, 2 to 5%. If you accept electronic bills, saves $20 to $50 a year. Group or association discount, 5 to 15%. If you're a member of AMA, HOG, or other motorcycle organizations, saves $100 to $300 a year. Loyalty discount, 5 to 10%. If you stay with the same company 3+ years, but often switching is cheaper. Multi-bike discount, 10 to 25%. If you insure 2+ bikes, saves $200 to $500 a year. The math. If you get just 5 of these discounts, multi-policy, -300. Safety course, -200. Anti-theft, -150. Paid in full, -100. Paperless, -30. Total savings, $780 a year. How do you get these discounts? Call. Ask, what discounts do you offer? Which ones do I qualify for? They'll give you a list. Take all the ones you qualify for. Takes 10 minutes. Saves you hundreds. But the last trick is the dirtiest. Trick number 7. They hide exclusions in the fine print. This is the dirtiest trick. You think you're covered, then you have an accident, and they say, "Sorry, that's not covered." Common exclusions: racing or track days. If you ride on a racetrack, you're not covered, even if it's a track day, not an actual race. Commercial use. If you do Uber Eats or DoorDash on your bike, you're not covered. Modifications. If you've modified your bike, exhaust, tuning, etc., and didn't tell the insurance, they might deny your claim. Riding without a license. If your license is expired, you're not covered. DUI. If you ride drunk and crash, they pay nothing. The solution: read your policy completely. I know, it's boring. I know, it's 50 pages of fine print. But read it. Look for exclusions, not covered, limitations. If you don't understand something, call. Better to ask now than be surprised later. Alright, let's recap. The 7 dirty tricks insurance companies use. 1. They hope you don't compare. Compare 5+ companies. Save 1,000 plus. 2. They sell you coverage you don't need. Buy only liability, plus uninsured motorist, plus medical. Save 1,500. 3. They punish you for honesty. Optimize your answers. Mileage, parking. Save 500. 4. They raise prices every year. Call, negotiate, or switch. Save 400 to 800. 5. They punish you for your bike. Buy insurance-friendly bikes. Save 1,000 plus. 6. They hide discounts. Ask for all discounts. save $780. 7. They hide exclusions in fine print. Read your policy. Know what's excluded. If you use just half of these tricks, you'll save $1,000 to $2,000 a year. That's $10,000 to $20,000 over 10 years. That's a second motorcycle, or an epic road trip, or whatever you want. Now you know the truth. Now you can get your money back. If this video helped you, give me a thumbs up and subscribe to Ride Secrets for more money-saving motorcycle tips. I post every week videos that help you save thousands of dollars. Drop a comment. How much do you pay for insurance? And which trick will you use first? I read every comment. Thanks for watching. Save your money, and I'll see you in the next video.